Bruchim haboim b'shem Hashem. What a great zchus it is that throughout the entire world, on virtually every continent, we are all united learning the Torah of the Heilige Zera Shimshon. Our shir today is for a zchus and a refuah shalema for Leah bas Basia, Yashar David ben Chanina, Miriam Devora bas Esther, Rabbanit Simcha bat Miriam, any of the chayalim that might be in need of a refuah shalema min hashamayim, and all of the hostages, Yehi Ratzon, that they all return home safe and sound, tekaf umiyad, in Besuras Tavos, for Surah Edel Bas Elisheva Miriam. Our shir is on the words, V'ato daber b'nei Yisrael lemor, ach es shabsosai tishmoru. Now, you speak to Bnei Yisrael saying, you have to observe the Shabbos. It's an ois, a sign between me and you for the generations, to know that I am Hashem, who makes you kadosh. The Gemara has a fascinating mimer. Kol ha'ma'aneg es haShabbos noisnin lo nachlo b'limitzarim. Anyone who delights in the Shabbos, Hashem gives the person a boundless portion. The Gemara continues that the reward for delighting in the Shabbos is specifically the nachla of Yaakov, not of Avraham, not of Yitzchak, but of Yaakov, about whom it's written, Ufaratzta yamav akedma b'tzafon v'negba. That is to say, that there are no boundaries for Yaakov's portion. This Gemara is somewhat difficult to understand. Rabbeinu asks, how is it possible for a person to have an inheritance without boundaries or limits in this world? Even if you give the individual the entire world, there's still a boundary to it. And if many will delight in the Shabbos, so how can they all get this reward without limit? If we are talking about Olam Haba, then what's the chiddush? Because it's all b'li mitzarim. Rabbeinu explains that the midas hachesed of Hashem is that it's Hashem's will that there should be so much benefit to the creation that it's limitless. However, the midas hadin doesn't want the chesed of Hashem's will to prevail. The only way to prevent that is with mekatrigim. These kitrugim do not add koyach to the person who capitulates to their desires. But when a person's inclined towards ruchnius for the benefit of the neshama, then the mekatrigim don't have any shlita. When Shabbos comes along, all these klippas are hidden. The Zohar says, Mizmor Sher Liyom HaShabbos, on the day when the mazikin are out of the world. That's why it says, Kol HaMa'aneg es HaShabbos, and not Kol HaMeshamer, because the Iker Kavana is the oneg, the enjoyment a person shows when he wants to enjoy the Shabbos. Even though oneg usually has a connotation that a person does something that gives him pleasure, but since this is done l'koved Shabbos, it will not give koyach to the chitzonim. They will not have reshus to hold back the great chesed that Hashem wants to bring to this world. Nachla b'li mitzarim, an inheritance without boundaries. It means there will be no boundary or limit to the great good and benefit that Hashem wants to give us in this world. The father of the great Ramah, Rabbi Yisrael, had a huge store. Every Erev Shabbos, Friday, he was makpid to close his store early in the afternoon before Chatzos, even if there were many buyers. One time, the Satan tried to wreak havoc. He came dressed as a very wealthy prince and began to look at the schora, wanting to buy things. He took a long time. He looked here, he looked there. He began to ask different prices. He tried to act as though he wanted to buy a lot of things. In the meantime, it came to be Chatzos. Reb Yisrael wanted to close the store. And then the officer said he's going to buy more things and he's going to pay a big price if he'll just wait and not close the store yet. Half an hour he asked for. Reb Yisrael stood in Nisayon. He was mevater on all the money. He was mevater on all the sale that he was going to make. And he said, I'm very sorry, the store is closing right now. In reward for what Rabbi Cyril did, he got that year a son, the son that grew up to be the great Ramah, who lit up the eyes of Klal Yisrael. Be'ezra Hashem Yisbarach, we will be continuing with our Shir in Zera Shimshon. I wish everyone may umka de liba, b'suros tavos, yeshuos v'nechamos.